from headache to waist and back pains and loss of appetite and sore breast and bloated stomachs and cravings, even more cravings, to nausea and vomiting, moving from this to this, and diarrhea, so much shitting and general weakness and abdominal pains, cramps, even more cramps. This is period diaries. I got them talking. I got them sharing their first time and period struggles.
Okay, so my first time. I think back then I was in JHS1, or I was now going to JHS1. So we used to have this vacation classes, and we had a class one time with an early morning class. We were going for break. Oh, I think we had closed. So I was descending the stairs, and then a friend of mine who was in my class called Francisca. I was wearing a black skirt, and you see the skirt has this white dotted things. They're not really broaded, like they're not broad white things. Like just the dots are not big.
Right.
They're just small. So she touched my back. She hit my ass. You know, girls like that kind of things. That they will now come and hit a girl's ass. That kind of thing. So she hits my ass. When she hits my ass, she was like, "It's like I've stained." That's what she told me. So I was like, stained. Like, I don't understand. So when I go home, I went to the washroom. I was going to urinate. I went to the washroom. I just removed my panty. And then I saw like blood. And I was screaming. And my mom came from the kitchen. I was asking me what's wrong. And I was like, oh, ma. I said, like, me menstruate you. And she was like,
wait, you are screaming?
I was screaming. No, I was like, yeah. I was scared because I wanted to menstruate, so like I was that girl that was craving to, like, but then I didn't know how I was going to feel when it actually happened to me.
Right.
So I was 12 years, and I was 12 years. So when I screamed, she came and she was asking me that Papa, she said in Eweda, look at Joy, I'm like, ma, like my menses, so, and she was like, okay, I should go and buy the pad. I knew Yas pad, so I went to buy Yas pad. I didn't know how to really fix it. She was like, I should go and make someone teach me how to fix it. Then okay, I knew it, like I learned it on my own, so I did it my own way. And I wasn't feeling any pain. When the first day that I came, I wasn't feeling any pain.
Hold on. Mommy says you should go ask someone to
Yes,
help
then I should go and ask someone to help me. I said, you see her time.
They didn't use
told
pad.
Me, they didn't use pad. They used this calico.
Right.
Cloth hand. So they changed it, they washed it and all those things.
Okay.
So me, I had already learned it on my own.
Cool.
So I was able to fix it well. I was able to fix the pad and I wore. My first time, I wasn't having any cramps. It was just normal flu.
Right. How did you dispose the first one?
Okay, so how I disposed the first one, let me tell you the truth.
Did you ask someone?
I didn't ask anybody. So me, how I disposed of my first pad, I just placed it in the sink, like the WC, the WC itself. I just placed it and then I flashed it, right. And it went. I didn't have any idea. My mom was not willing to teach me because she didn't have any idea about it. So then I had to study people. I had to learn on my own.
Right, that's great.
So
day two.
So day
Let's
two,
keep to day
I was
two.
still doing the same things.
Right.
12-year-old girl there, what do I know?
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So I was still doing it until my cousin, Senna is in Australia. Shout out to her though. My cousin had her menstruation early. She was 10 years when she had it. So her mom used to, I don't know how I saw it, but then I realized that they used to wrap it in graphic paper. So after they take the old paper of you see the yards, when it comes, the packaging, the wrapping, she wraps it around it, then she puts graphic around it before she puts it in a bin. So until then, because me, I wasn't having access to the papers, like the old papers, I was using rubber, like this black rubbers.
Great.
So I wrap it very nicely, tie it, then I put in the bin outside, the main bin outside. Friends, I just told my friends, look, girls. Me 12 years old girl, their menstruation is like some big goal for me. I've achieved something. So I told my girls that, oh, like I'm now menstruating and all that.
And what did they say? They were happy for you?
Of course. Why wouldn't they be? Because I'm growing up.
Okay. Before your first time, had you heard of periods in school?
Yeah, I had. I was actually waiting for my own self to like see blood.
So you heard it in school?
my mind. Yes, because most of my friends were menstruating and I wasn't, and I was worried.
You were?
Yes, I was worried. Like I wanted to also experience it.
Right.
So I was like, God, what's happening?
So you now you were waiting.
Yes, because I already knew how to wear the pad. So ask me how. I got the pad on my own.
Right.
And I fixed it anytime so that I'll be prepared for it. So I prepped my mind for it. And it came. So I don't know how I did it, but I knew that that's how. Yeah, I did it. I did it.
You did it.
I did it. Big time.
Great.
Yeah, so I learned it on my own. I already had an idea about
Let's move to period struggles.
Okay.
Right from your first time up until now. Share your period struggles with us. Share the embarrassing moments. Share the signs and symptoms. Share all of that with us. Let's hear you.
Okay, so my period struggles. I think, as I said earlier on, my first time I wasn't having cramps. Okay. But then as time went on, I think the foods I was taking in, my environment, because I went from JHS to SHS, I haven't experiencing cramps. It wasn't really severe. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say like maybe 5.
Okay.
So it wasn't really severe. And sometimes it was very severe. I'll be cramping and I'll be in pain. I have to take meds and all that. So aside that, I used to get emotionally, like I wasn't emotionally stable when I was coming to menstruate or when I'm menstruating. It's either I'm craving for foods, like particular foods. Already I'm a picky eater, so when it comes to that moment, I'm craving for foods. And those foods that I'll be craving for, those are the foods that will make me bleed heavily. So when I'm cramping and I'm craving for something, I'll take them, I'll cramp more. I'll still take them more. I'll cramp more. I know that I'm cramping, I'll take it and I'll cramp more. And nasa.
What kind of food is that? Sweet?
So like when I take anything with milk or Milo,
right,
I have heavy flow.
Okay.
Chocolate, anything that has milk, chocolate, I'll have heavy flow.
Right.
That was I noticed for me.
But I still take it anyways.
I still take it all. But I got to a point I had to stop. So the moment I know I'm menstruating, I won't take Milo. Okay. I won't take milk. If I take milk, I'll have to reduce the quantity.
Right.
Yeah. But me like the milk if I'm using it for something, maybe porridge like oats, I would have to use milk and I'll take it more than necessary.
Right.
So
cramps.
The cramps, it just goes and comes.
Right.
I'm not someone who would have like serious cramps that maybe I'll fall sick, like that kind of thing.
Right.
But there are some times that I'll have serious cramps.
Right.
And I wouldn't be able to do anything, and I'll even be screaming, and they'll have to get me meds and all those things.
Right.
But my cramps, in general, my cramps on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say my cramp pains are like 6. She has been fair.
Okay.
She has been fair to me, but sometimes she goes to extreme to like 9.5.
Right.
She's there.
Okay.
And
let's talk about staining.
Okay, so staining. So one time, I think we're in JHS3.
Right.
Back then. And you see our class, we used to have 3A and 3B. When you get to JHS, the first 50, you'll be in 3A. The last 50, the last number, you'll be in 3B, like positioned.
Right.
So I was sitting down, and I used to sit by a guy called Reina. So I used to sit by Reina, and I don't know what happened. I was there. Like it didn't come to me, so I just got up that I was going somewhere. So when I got up, I think he prompted me that I had stained. So it was like serious staining.
Ooh.
So I don't know what I just had to quickly just get back to the seat because I stayed in the chair too.
Whoop.
And my whole dress, my whole skirt, our skirt color was navy green.
Right.
So you can still see the blood. No matter how dark your skirt is, you still see the blood stain. So it was like the whole back was like filled with blood. So I don't know how.
Hold on. Were you wearing a pad?
I was wearing a pad, Joanna.
But the floor was so heavy.
Yeah, the floor was so heavy. And then you see, when you're in class like that and you're menstruating, you can't be going out every time to wear a change. So me, it didn't come to me that I was supposed to wear and change my pad.
Right. So what did he do? Him?
I actually don't. He prompted me. He pulled me back, like sat me down. So I had to turn the skirt in a way that when I'm going, I'll be able to wash the front. You can turn the skirt. Right. It's gathers, but you can still turn it to the front and wash it and make all before it will dry. Then I had to sit in a way that, because I've already stained my underwear, I've stained my panties, so I have to sit on the chair, raising my skirt, so my undie and my pants, like my ass
on the chair.
On the chair, exactly. So that was my first experience, like as a staining experience. I turned the skirt to my front, and I had to hold it in a way that nobody will see that the blood is actually showing. Okay. Then I had to wash it. I went down to the washroom to wash the stain off.
So no one else saw you?
Or people might have seen me, but I wasn't bothered because my mind was that I wanted to make the stain go. Okay. That would make me feel comfortable. Right. Yeah, that was the first thing I had to do. So I had to go and wash the stain off. Even though the blood, I didn't use soap because that time the soap too was not there. The blood was smelling all over. Okay. That kind of stuff.
So did you get back to class after that?
Yes, and then it was almost closing. Then I had to go because it wasn't a nice experience. I don't think anybody wants to go through that.
Right. Do you have any other period struggles? Talk about pre-menstrual syndromes.
Hey, pre-menstrual, I have a lot.
Share some with us.
My pre-menstrual syndromes or symptoms or signs. Right. First off, I think every girl experiences that breast heaviness or tenderness. And sometimes the breast can be so heavy, and I can't even put on a bra. So I normally take tubes. I wear my tube. Because the moment I put on the bra, when I'm taking the bra off, I feel the pain. Right. So I don't normally put on my bra when I feel like it's too heavy for me. Okay. And sometimes I'm emotionally unstable. Okay. Most times. It's either I'm having one particular feeling more or maybe mixed feelings. And it's not good for me because I can do lots of silly things like at the same time. Right. Because sometimes you be feeling like lonely. You be feeling like you're the only, like it's a lot. Me, my premenstrual symptoms, they are mainly kicking. Right. Then my main thing too is cravings. Right. I crave like for certain foods that I don't know.
So now tell us, how do you manage all of that? How do you overcome it? What do you do about it? Or you just let it be?
Oh, I don't let it be. Sometimes, you see, if you're pampering pain, the pain comes more. Okay. When it comes in relation to cramps, when you're pampering the pain comes more. I don't know how you I don't know how you understand, or I don't know how you understand. So music is what drives me. So like music, apart from taking pain meds, I don't like taking pain meds. If you force me, I won't take. Okay. Even if I know that I'm having serious pains, I won't. Okay. I won't take it unless maybe someone pampers me to take it. Yeah, I meet my boyfriend or my friend or like my girlfriend to pamper me. That one, dear. I'll take it. Okay. But aside that, I'm alone. I won't take it. It's something I won't do. Right. So I take my mind off it by listening to music. Okay. Because music is like it creates this kind of environment that I'm always free to do anything I want to do. Right. So music, or this hot bottled method, like you put hot water in a bottle to put around your abdomen area, right? Or warm towel, or anything that has heat as a source around it, and that's what keeps me going.
And the mood swings, what do you do?
The mood swings there, then that one there is there. The mood swings there, you can't just control what you do with it. Like maybe at a particular moment you feel like you want someone around you, and then that maybe you are scared that you might do something with someone. Okay. So you just control your mind in a way that.
Wait, what do you mean by you are scared that you might do something with someone?
Joanna,
You want to have sex. That's how it feels like.
It's nasty. Like when you are going to have sex and you are bleeding, like it's kind of nasty.
Right.
So what I do is, if my boyfriend is around,
you cuddle.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But if I don't get him around or he's not around me, it's music, not that good.
Right.
Because I know that if someone comes to me at that moment, I might be tempted to do something with someone.
Okay.
And it won't be nice because I'll be in pain, I'll be cramping, I'll be bleeding.
I get it.
A whole lot.
Right.
So like, yeah, that kind of thing.
Great.
Yeah.
And do you also have back pains, headaches, or that one doesn't happen to you?
So let me say this. So I also like to study myself a lot.
Right.
So from the beginning, I was just having cramps.
Okay.
Breast and heaviness.
Okay.
Then that's all.
Right.
But when I got to tertiary,
right,
when I'm about to menstruate, I start having severe headache at one side.
Right.
So that means that I'll come to menstruate.
Okay.
And the headache is very, very particular. It's like, it's familiar.
Right.
It's only when I'm about to menstruate, that's when I have it.
Okay.
So I can feel it's like, it's very sharp, it's very throbbing, like it's a sharp pain. So when I start having that headache, that means I'm about to menstruate, no matter what.
That's great. Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing your first time and struggles and everything.
So this is just something I want to add about our talk earlier on, our interview session. Some people have this misconception that when you wrap your pad and put an outside bin, like let's say you've gone somewhere out of home and you wrap your pad and you put it somewhere, your family members will send dogs or animals come and take that pad, or someone can just pick the pad and go and use it for like rituals. And I believe that everything has to do with the mind. The mind is a very powerful tool. So if you go outside, that's why you have to learn how to wrap your pad very, very well, extra tight, very, very well, so that the dogs that are around or animals that are around will not come and turn the bin over and now come and take some people's. Sometimes when you go out, you see people's pads hanging around. Like it's common. I went somewhere and I saw someone's pad on the floor. I saw someone's pampers lying on the floor. So that means the pan were penny. So sometimes wrapping those things are very, very important. So when you are going, if you can't put it in a bin, you can just tie it very nicely and put it in your bag and send it back home and put it in your bin home. That would be effective. So when you are going out, I think you have to make sure you have these black rubbers in your bag. Anything that can make the packaging nice, you just have it in your bag so that when you want to dispose it off, you just wrap it nicely, put it back into your bag, and send it home.
Okay.
And dispose it off.
Right.
Oh, Joanna! Yo! All these parts are going to be parts. I know. Jesus.
Hi.
I'm feeling myself here.
Okay. I like the way I'm feeling now.
Don't come use
your reggae for my blues and rhythm now.
Hey,
I like the way I'm feeling now. You get something where they stress me, but right now I'm chilling now.
Come on.
Hey, I like that. Hey, I like that.
And my second menses, the second period that came, my mom wasn't around. But what happened was I bled for 2 weeks straight. And